Man, look, um, Danny is a real one. I think that's why she is a fan favorite amongst sisters, viewers. It's the fact that she's no nonsense. She speaks her mind. She doesn't tiptoe around things, and that's worthy of respect. But the thing is, this woman hasn't learned anything because yet again we have her interacting with a stray from work. Now, granted, you could argue she did kind of learn something, maybe. She met Tony as she was clocking out, unknowingly wound up at the same place during Andy's date and talked to him there in a controlled environment. She was with her girls, but, at least we didn't see her take him home to have sex yet. But it's just one of those things where, come on now, Danny, you should know by now. Don't trust relation or don't jump on every man you meet on the job. Whether it be coworkers or customers, El Fuego, Preston, Q, Logan, Jonah, now Tony. Come on, man. Just you need to do better. You need to do better. Not only that, you got a boyfriend at home, and I'm going to keep hammering this point in. Danny was the one who initiated the relationship. Not even 36 hours later. Not even 24. Not even 24 hours later, you're out with another guy. Now, like I said, I'll give her some credit. She went on that date to kind of back up Andy to make sure she wasn't dealing with any creep, which honestly is kind of interesting to me that Danny would do this, yet she's the one, damn near more than anyone else out of the sister circle, who needs to have a guy vetted, where it's like, hey, Danny, before you bring somebody home, why don't you go out in a public place and have a couple of your girls standing guard, kind of being the wing women to make sure this dude isn't a creep. Because I feel like on a couple of those dates, if Andy was there or Karen, they would have been quick to tell Danny, look, man, I ain't really feeling, I've overheard some of what he was saying to you, and that lets me know, like, I don't think you should bring this guy home. That definitely would have saved her a lot of heartache and literal pain. When it comes to Tony, the dude straight up, look, I'm socially awkward myself, but, even I know if you've social media creeped on somebody, maybe it's not a good idea to introduce yourself and rattle off a list of things that you found out from their social media. Oh, you like this brand of clothing. Oh, this is your favorite sports team. I like to eat at the same places you like to eat. Oh, we got 13 mutual friends. Yeah, you don't do that. You don't do that. I feel like we live in a day and age where we all do it when we're meeting someone new, but it isn't a good idea to just go up to somebody and start reciting everything online about them like it was the scripture, because you'll come across as a creep. So Danny has agreed to go on another date with him. Mind you, it is a triple date, all three girls, all three guys at Jordan's place for some barbecue. But it's one of those situations where she shouldn't do it, but she's going to do it anyway, despite the fact that she has a man at home. And now we know she's going to start acting funny with Preston, not wanting to inform him of what happened the night before, rushing out of the apartment to get to work. And we do know eventually Preston's going to be in the parking lot with Danny and Tony. And, Tony's going to be, oh, you must be Preston. Hey, nice to meet you. Yada, yada, yada. And that's going to alert Preston to what's really going on. And he even says in the promo, it's like, well, I don't want to wake up one day and then you say you're tired of seeing me or something. And it just feels like this is moving way too fast. But as I mentioned in other videos, Tyler probably, had these two get back together in season 6A. But then while writing the back half of the season, he's like, oh, well, I'm about to change things in season 7 with the new writers. So I'll just introduce this new character. And as a result, Preston's going to be kicked to the curb. It's just messed up on so many levels. Now, you could argue, well, Jeremy, think of it this way. Preston's been pursuing Danni this whole time, but he had that girl Mindy back home, and they weren't engaged at the moment until they did get engaged at the sometime between season 5 and the ending of season 5, the beginning of season 6, and Preston was still chasing after Danni, which was weird on so many levels. At that point, you could just tell Tyler had no idea what to do with his character. And it's kind of like, well, yeah, Jeremy. Well, that's the thing, though. Preston and Danni never were together. They were just shacking up for a bit. Danni was the one who said, I think we should make it official. So you're the one who says, let's make it official. Yet not even a day later, you're chilling with another guy. It does not make Danni look good at all. I don't care how you try to spin it. It ain't a good look. Because if nothing else, it just makes you root for Tony even less. Oh yeah, Danni, you know what? Kick Preston to the curb and then see how things go with Tony. And I feel like I said this way back when, but the only reason Danni kept Preston around was as protection from Jonah. Because if I remember correctly, he came back from Texas. They stood outside in the parking lot. And to be fair, Danni did say, one day I want you, the next day I don't. I honestly don't know what I want. But then she lets him come in. They spend the night together. No sex or anything. But then she agrees to let him stay. And then he starts acting weird again, out of nowhere, proposing to her. And then she turns him down. Then I think he leaves again and then comes back and says, oh, you want to meet Mindy? It's just weird. Again, Tyler just didn't know what to do with his character, so he would just have him do anything. And as a result, you ruin Preston. I think that Danni was just using him. Simple and plain. That's pretty much it. And it's just awful. I mean, the guy, he should have left, what was it, at the end of season 4 when he told Danni he was going back home. But then he said he wasn't getting on the plane or some crap in the very next episode. That should have been Preston's ending. Because the longer he stayed, the worse he was written. So Danni, in my opinion, just doesn't look good at all. Initiating a relationship, getting this dude high, not checking on him, hanging out with another guy, acting shady again, and Preston's going to be left in the dust. So let me know your thoughts on Danni's behavior. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.